Sai Ram students. So in this class we shall take the poetry section, poem number 1, that is Upagupta, written by Rabindranath Tagore. So page number 23. So there is a picture of Buddha and Angulimala. They were in conversation, correct? So you know the story of Buddha and Angulimala. So Buddha faced Angulimala in the forest, and you know what happened there. It's given there. So who was Buddha? Who was Angulimala? You know it. Now introduction about this poem. This poem is about the story of a Buddhist monk Upagupta. So who is Upagupta? Upagupta is a Buddhist monk. Who was Upagupta? Upagupta was a Buddhist monk. Monk means sannyasi, ascetic. The other gender of monk is nun, N-U-N. Monk, the other gender, nun, N-U-N. Correct? Buddhist monk, Buddha sannyasi, a disciple of Lord Buddha. Who is a disciple? A follower of a great teacher is a disciple. A student is a disciple. Disciple means follower. Disciple means student. A disciple of Lord Buddha. So who was Upagupta? Upagupta was a disciple of Lord Buddha. And this story, a dancing girl of Mathura. So this is the story of Upagupta and a dancing girl of Mathura. So what was her name? Her name was Vasavadatta. So who was Vasavadatta? Vasavadatta was a dancing girl of Mathura. Vasavadatta was a famous and beautiful dancing girl. What was she? She was a dancing girl. She was known for her beauty. She was a beautiful woman, beautiful girl, a famous girl. Famous opposite? Famous, infamous prefix. Opposite, notorious. Notorious is opposite. Beautiful dancing girl. She was proud of her beauty. She was very proud. Proud opposite, humble. Proud, humble. She was very proud. She has no humility. She has no humbleness. She has pride in her nature. Ahankara ittu. Pride means ahankara. She was proud of what? Beauty. As she was a beautiful girl, she was proud of her beauty. Then, she was proud of her youth. She was young and energetic. So she was very proud. Ahankarittu. Yavvanada ahankarittu. And her wealth. So she was a wealthy woman. She was a rich woman. She was a rich girl. So these three qualities made her feel proud. Ahankara ittu avಳಿಗೆ. ಈ ಮೂರು ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ? Her beauty, her youth and her wealth. So what quality did the ascetic who Upagupta had? Upagupta was an ascetic. Ascetic means hermit, means sannyasi. ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ, ascetic, ಸಂತ, ಯೋಗಿ. An epitome of kindness. Epitome means symbol. He was a symbol of what? Kindness. He was a personification of kindness. Personification. He is an example for what? Kindness. He is a representation. He is a model. He is a representation. He is a representation of what? Kindness. ಪ್ರತೀಕ. ಯಾವುದರ ಪ್ರತೀಕ? ಯಾವುದರ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಅವನು? ಎಪಿಟೋಮ್, ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ನೆಸ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟು ದ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ವಾಸವದತ್ತ. He was very kind. He was known for his kindness. Wisdom, wise adjective, wisdom noun, ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Wisdom and selflessness. He was not selfish. He was selfless. He was known for his selflessness. ಅವನಿಗೆ ನಿಸ್ವಾರ್ಥತೆ ಇತ್ತು. So these are the qualities of whom? Upagupta. Why? He was ascetic. He renounced everything. He renounced worldly pleasures. Correct? What happened? One dark night, it was a dark night, while walking, Vasavadatta stumbles over the body of Upagupta. What is stumble? Slip in walking. ಎಡವುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಸ್ಟಂಬಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಡವು. ಯಾರು? ವಾಸವದತ್ತ ಎಡವುತ್ತಾಳೆ. ಯಾರನ್ನು? ಉಪಗುಪ್ತನನ್ನು. ವೈ? ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪಿಂಗ್. Who was sleeping on the dusty ground. As he was ascetic, as he was leading a simple life, he slept on the floor on the dusty ground, but she didn't identify him. She stumbles over the body of Upagupta. This is the story. Correct? Dusty ground. Now, this is the background. Now come to the poet. Who wrote the poem Upagupta? Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore wrote. So, he was a Bengali poet. Correct? Then, he was a writer. He was a composer. He was a philosopher. Then he was born on 7th May 1861 at Kolkata and died on 7th August 1941. So every day in the morning and evening we recall his work. We feel proud of his work. Am I right? Do you remember what is that? Yeah, correct. Jana Gana Mana. So, as he was a poet, he wrote many poems and he won the Nobel Prize for his literature in the year 1913 for his work, literary work, Gitanjali. Gitanjali is a collection of poems. And he was the first to win the Nobel Prize. Till then, Europeans got. He was the first non-European to get the Nobel Prize. When? In 1913. So this is about the poet. Now see the picture given in the first paragraph, first page. A monk was lying and a girl, a lady holding a lamp, looks at whom? The person that is ascetic. Now see the first stanza. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. In the first line, stanza, Upagupta, who was Upagupta? Follower of Buddha, an ascetic, a monk, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep. Lie present, lay past, laying past participle. He was lying. Lying. Lay asleep. Lay means rest on something. Malagiru. Vishranti paditiru. Lay asleep. Nidde bandide avaniಗೆ. Where? On the dust. On the dusty ground. Dust. ಧೂಳಿನಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿದಂತಹ dust. By the city wall of Mathura. By the side of the city wall of Mathura. So where was he lying? He was lying by the side of the city wall of Mathura. Mathura was a city. Then third line, at that time lamps were all out, means it was night. Doors were all shut, everyone closed their doors as it was a night. And stars were all hidden. Stars were all hidden. Why? We couldn't enjoy the stars. There were no stars in the sky. Why? They were all hidden. Hid means hide means adagu, muchu. Hidden ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ? By the murky. Murky means it's given there murky adjective. What kind of sky? Murky sky. Murky means gloomy sky. Gloomy means dark sky. It's a dark sky. Murky sky. Cloudy sky. Not clear. So the cloudy sky hid the stars. So there is no light. Everywhere darkness. Stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. It means there will be dark, gloomy sky. We cannot see anything. The cloud covered the whole sky. This is the description of the night. So how did he describe the night? The night was, in the night, the stars were all hidden by the gloomy sky. Lamps were all out. Doors were all shut. Then this is the description. Now come to the second stanza. Whose feet? That person's feet. Foot singular. Foot singular. Feet plural. Feet plural. Tooth singular. Teeth plural. So whose feet were those? Her feet, tinkling with anklet. Tinkle means making a pleasant metallic sound. There is a metallic sound. Tinkling with anklet. What is anklet? It's given there. Ornamental chain. Worn around the anklet. What is anklet? Anklet means ornamental chain. Worn around ankles. Kalgejje anklet. So her feet were, whose feet were those tinkling with anklets, means she wore anklets and while walking it makes a sound, a soft sound, a pleasant sound. Why? She was very rich. Touching the sound of anklets, touching his breast of a suddenly the sound of anklets of the woman touched the heart of whom? The ascetic who was lying by the city wall of Mathura. He heard the sound of anklets made him get up, made him woke up. Touching his breast of a suddenly he heard it. Then what happened? He woke up startled. Startled means extremely surprised. He was surprised by the sound of anklets. The sound of anklets, tinkling anklets made him get up, wake up. He woke up startled, confused, surprised, ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. And the light, what did he see? And the light from a woman's lamp. He saw a light emitting from, coming from, reaching to him from where? From a woman's lamp. He saw a woman holding a lamp, and light which is emitting from the lamp reached his eyes. He saw the lamp struck. Strike means hit. Struck past tense. Struck him, hit his forgiving eyes. So he had forgiving eyes. Forgiving means compassionate eyes, kind eyes, sympathetic eyes. He was very sympathetic. Forgive means merciful, excusing. This is the great quality of Upagupta. Which is the great quality? Mercy. Which is the great quality? Excusing quality. Which is the great quality? ಕ್ಷಮಿಸುವಂತಹ ಕ್ಷಮಾ ಗುಣ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಆ ಬೆಳಕು ಬಂತು, ಬಿತ್ತು. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ವುಮನ್. ವೈ ವಾಸ್ ಶಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್? It was dark. Correct? Lamp struck his forgiving eyes. Forgive, ಕ್ಷಮಿಸು. Forgave, ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿದ. Correct? Forgiving, adjective. ಎಂತಹ ಕಣ್ಣುಗಳು? Forgiving eyes, adjective ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Then, it was the dancing girl. So, who was carrying the light? Lamp. Dancing girl. Who was the dancing girl? Vasavadatta. What was she known for? She was known for her beauty. She was wealthy. She was very proud. Am I right? Yeah. It was the dancing girl, Vasavadatta, starred with jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. She lowered her lamp and saw the young face, austerely beautiful. So it was the dancing girl, starred. So how did the poet describe her? Starred with the jewels. Jewels ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು, ಆಭರಣ, ಚಿನ್ನ ಆಭರಣ, ಆಭರಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. With the jewels. Starred means meaning is given there. What is that? Shining like stars. She was shining like stars. Correct? Why? Because she was wearing jewels. Jewels made her shine. Starred, filled with the jewels. She was shining like jewels, starred with jewels, wearing pale. Pale means dim. Pale means lacking in color. Pale means not bright. Pale. Lacking in color. dim, not bright. She was wearing pale blue mantle. ಮೇಲಂಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದೇರ್. ಲೂಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ worn especially in the past. ಮೇಲಂಗಿ. So she was wearing a blue mantle. Then drunk with the wine of her youth. What is drunk with the wine of her youth? Proud of her youth and beauty. She was very proud because of her wealth and beauty. This made her forget everything. She was thinking only about her beauty and her wealth. That made her feel proud, arrogant, haughty. With the wine of her youth, ಅವಳ ಯೌವನ, ಅವಳ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಮರೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆದು. ಡ್ರಂಕ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹರ್ ಯೂತ್. ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಶಿ ಡೂ? ಶಿ ಸ್ಟಂಬಲ್. ಶಿ ಲೋವರ್ಡ್ ಹರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್. ಶಿ ಲೋವರ್ಡ್ ಹರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪ್. ಲೋವರ್ಡ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ತಗ್ಗಿಸು. ಲೋ ಹೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಲೋವರ್ಡ್ ತಗ್ಗಿಸ್ತಾಳೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು? Her lamp. She was carrying a lamp, and saw what did she see? The young face. Whose face was it? Upagupta's face. Where was he? He was lying on the dusty ground. Young face. Then the face was described here, austerely beautiful. What is austerely? Is it given there? No. What is austerely? Means simple. Austere, simple, severely, or simple. So it was a simple face. It was a ascetic face. It was austerely beautiful. Meaning is given there, reflecting the beauty of the ascetic. Austerely beautiful means reflecting the beauty of ascetic. Then austerely beautiful, ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಮುಖವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅವಳು. ಸರಳವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಮುಖವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಅವಳು. ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ? Forgive me, young ascetic. Who said this? Vasavadatta said this. Who was it said it to? It was said to whom? Upagupta. Forgive me. Forgive. Pardon. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸು. ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಅಂತ. Forgive me, young ascetic. Who is the young ascetic? Upagupta. Said the woman. Then what did she say? Graciously come to my house, ba. Graciously, meaning is given there. Graciously means kindly. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Graciously come to my house. Why? The dusty earth is not fit bed for you. What did she say? She inviting the young ascetic to come to her house. Why? Because the ground was very dusty and it was not suitable for him to sleep there. So she invited him to her house. ಅವಳ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲಗಬೇಡ, ಇದು ಸರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಳ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ದ ಡಸ್ಟಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಡಸ್ಟಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಿಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ಫಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. Unfit, fit, not fit bed for you. The young ascetic Upagupta answered how? Woman. Who is the woman? Vasavadatta. Woman, go on your way. He did not accept the invitation given by Vasavadatta. He rejected the invitation given by Vasavadatta. Though he was suffering, he didn't want any other pleasures, any other comforts. Why? Because he renounced everything. He gave up everything. He did not want any comfortable life. The young ascetic answered, woman, go on your way, continue your way. Go on means continue. Then, next, fifth stanza, see. When the time is ripe, he said, What did he say? When the time is ripe, I will come to you. Suddenly the black night showed its teeth. In a flash of lightning, the storm growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. So, how beautifully Tagore described the scene. When the time is ripe. Who said this? Upagupta said this. When the time is ripe means suitable, appropriate. Ripe, appropriate. It's not given here. Yeah. When the time is ripe means when the time is appropriate. When the time is suitable. When the time is ripe, when the time is right, when the time is favorable, I will come to you. So he promised the woman Vasavadatta to come to her when the time is suitable, when the time is appropriate. It is not the appropriate time. I will come to you. At that moment, she doesn't need any help from others. She had everything. No need of any help from others. Correct? She is self-satisfied. Then, he knew it. I will come to you. Suddenly, so it is a promise from the side of Upagupta. He promised Vasavadatta to come to her when the time is ripe, when she was in need of any help. So when he uttered these words, suddenly, opposite gradually, sudden, gradual, suddenly the black night showed its teeth. There was a lightning. There was a flashes of lightning. The lightning showed its teeth. The dark sky showed its teeth through lightning. ಮಿಂಚಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಮಿಂಚಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಹಲ್ಲು ಕಂಡಾಗ ಆಯಿತು. Suddenly the black night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. Lightning, ಮಿಂಚು, ಗುಡುಗು, thunder. Correct? The storm, suddenly ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಅವನು the storm, ಬಿರುಗಾಳಿ, storm growled, ಗರ್ಜಿಸಿತು. From the corner of the sky. So what did they hear? They heard the storm growling from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled. So lightning and growling of storm indicates some danger. The woman trembled. Tremble means shiver. Tremble, nadugu, shiver. Trembled, shivered, in fear, because of fear, ಹೆದರಿದಳೋಳು. Of what? Some unknown danger. That means she expected some unknown danger in future. That is indicated by what? The lightning, flash of lightning and growling storm. She expected. She had foreseen. Correct? So the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. So read the first stanza, second stanza, third stanza, fourth stanza and fifth stanza. Now write a few questions. Who was Upagupta? Number 2. Who was Vasavadatta? What was Vasavadatta proud of? Next one. How did the poet describe the night in the first stanza? Forgive me, young ascetic. abstract question. Now question related to that statement. Who is the me here? B. Who is the young ascetic here? Number C. When did the speaker say so? Okay? Sai Ram.